Hello, welcome to another episode of Harrison How To. Today we are playing Sea of Thieves. This is part 1 of my Remedial series. Season 9 just dropped. You and your friends are trying to get into this, or you are trying to convince your friends to get into this. This is the video you need to show them so that way they know exactly what they're doing in order to get going on day 1. You joined in, you're in this menu, you're going to go to play. You definitely want to play the maiden voyage first. I'm going to show you what to do once you have completed the maiden voyage. It's a really good tutorial. It shows you pretty much, hands you everything that you need to know in order to break you into Sea of Thieves day 1. So you hit play, you grabbed your sloop. What do you do now? You're going to wake up in a tavern. Doesn't really tell you anything else what to do. First thing you're going to do is leave the tavern, head down to the dock, find your boat. We left the tavern, we found our boat. There's our sloop. There's 3 different kinds of boats. Sloop for 1 to 2 players, brig for 2 to 3 players, and galleon for 3 to 4 players. I definitely recommend going with the lowest number that you can get. So if you have 2 players, go with the sloop, skip the brig. If you've got 3 players, go with the brig, skip the galleon. First thing you're going to need is to know how to get on your ship. You've fallen in the water. How do you get on your ship? On either side of your ship, there's going to be a ladder. Hit your action key to get up on there. All ships have ladders on both sides. Once you climbed up your ladder, on the sloop, you have your raise and lower anchor here with the capstan. You have your wheel, you have your compass, you have your mast, and your sails. These 2 things are going to be how you interact with your sails. This is going to set your sail length. Now we're not going to go anywhere when I drop sails because my anchor is still down. Sails are dropped. Sails are up. If you're on the computer, default is S for down, W for up. The rope with the pulley is how you're going to adjust your sails. When you click on this, you can see the wisps of wind letting you know which way the wind is going. You want to try to set your sails to catch as much wind as you possibly can. You're not always going to be able to catch wind, but try to catch as much as you can. That's going to get you more speed. If you want to get moving, you need to go to your capstan, grab one of these raise anchors. Default on the computer is W, push forward, and you're going to raise your anchor. Anchor is raised. Now what do? We're going to give ourselves some sail. A little bit of sail means a little bit of speed. See how we're barely moving? Drop the sail all the way down. You can really get going. Now, I would encourage you as a new player to get into the habit of not lowering your anchor. Lowering your anchor can make you very vulnerable, so we're going to raise our sails in order to stop. Momentum works great in this game. You're going to stop eventually, but not right away. You drop your anchor, you'll grind to a halt, but you'll also be vulnerable to anybody else who can catch you. See the whole ship lurch forward until you can get your anchor re-raised. This is the front of your sloop. That's the bow, those are your harpoons, and these are your lights. If you are looking to play some PvE, this is a PvPvE game, if you're looking to do some PvE, you're going to want to turn off your lanterns. Typically that's going to make you harder to see on the horizon, and I would recommend turning all of them off. You can leave these ones below deck on, doesn't really matter, but these are going to make you more visible to ships on the horizon. Harpoons are going to be used to fish loot out of the water. Also, it can be used to direct your ship. Stick the harpoon into a rock, right click, default on PC, will pull, and see that the ship is moving. Left click to let go. If you harpoon a person, it will dump them on your ship. If you harpoon loot, it will also dump it on your ship. As of Season 9, as of this recording, if you harpoon a piece of loot, it will drop it right behind you. That's brand new as of today. On a sloop, these are going to be your cannonball barrels. They come stocked with these provisions. I would highly recommend going on the island and collecting more provisions before you set sail. These are your boards. This is your food. There's many different kinds of food in Sea of Thieves. The banana is the worst food. Coconut is slightly better. I believe it then goes pomegranate, mango, and pineapple being the best. Of the fruit, there's also fish and meat that you can get, and that's a different situation. All of these things up front you can basically ignore on your first day. These are going to be clothing sets, pets, equipment. These are all things that you won't be interacting with because you don't have anything new. In Sea of Thieves, you're going to need to arm yourself, not only your ship, but also yourself personally. If you head over here, you can grab to the armory, and you can equip yourself with a sword, a pistol, a blunderbuss, or an eye of reach or a sniper rifle. You can have any combination of these 4 weapons. 2 guns is called double gunning. You can have a sword. I prefer to have a sword. Each weapon has its pros and cons. This is kind of a rock, paper, scissors game. There is no definitive better weapon than another. And anybody who tells you otherwise is just trying to sell you something. Alright, you've taken damage. What do you do? First thing, you're going to want to make sure you have boards equipped for wood. Go to your wood barrel and extract. You can max out at 5 wood. And you can see that I've got water pouring into my ship. Now, it doesn't come in very fast. There's no need to panic at one hole. But if you're in a battle, you might have as many as 6, 10, 20 holes in your ship. So, first I'm going to whip out my bucket, radial wheel to the left, scoop out a little bit of water, pull out my wood, and repair. Now we're repaired. Let's pull out my bucket again. Bail the rest of the water. We're ready to get back sailing. Alright, sails are down. We're sailing. What do? How do I navigate? When you're looking at your wheel, there's always going to be, doesn't matter what cosmetic you have, there's always going to be some distinguishing factor to let you know that you're going straight. So if I'm going to make a right turn, I don't just turn like this. See, I'm hardly turning at all. I'm going to give it a good turn in order to make my turn. Now when I want to straighten back out, I bring it back around, and I know with that cosmetic piece, boom, I'm going straight again. Let's load up our cannons and do some shots. Got 10 cannonballs. Run over to a cannon. Action button. Default R to load your cannonball. Left click to fire. You can right click to zoom in a little bit. Now a small tip here is you can use WASD to move the cannon quickly, and then you can use your mouse to move it in a small, more calculated movement. You can only hold 10 cannonballs at a time. Alright, that's everything you need to know in order to get started on Sea of Thieves. If you're looking for where to find loot, what activities to do, who to turn them into, look for my Remedial video part 2, and I'll answer all those questions. Thank you. I'm just going to run this during the end credits. If you don't mind subscribing, that would be great. YouTube won't pay me if I don't have 1,000 subscribers. I have plenty of views, but just not enough subscribers. So, if you don't mind subscribing, that'd be really great, but no pressure. So, thank you.